Hey YouTube, this is Nathan on behalf of UFail Games, and this is going to be a closer look of the new Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer trailer. So let's get started. So as the trailer loads up, then you immediately recognize that rather than his radar, or the player's radar, that instead there's sort of a recording and a thermal sight. So you're kind of unclear at this point until afterwards when he kills the opponent. Then you see that there's actually a camera in the background. So hopefully that's something that we can expect in the multiplayer later on, maybe as an equipment or as a perk. It's pretty unclear from right now, but that still is pretty cool. So yeah, so the trailer goes on, and pretty much you see, rather than the Arctic sort of area, it kind of goes over into a industrial type area. And if you look closer into the background, you'll actually notice that a rocket is taking off in the background. So hopefully this means that there's going to be more dynamic areas, or maybe that's going to be sort of a new mode in which you try and stop a rocket. It's kind of unclear from this, but also what you'll notice is that you can actually see the remote controllable car that explodes as a 3 kill streak reward. So they kind of gave that away just like right there in the trailer. So then the trailer goes on, and then you start to see some gameplay of the crossbow sort of sticky grenade launcher thingy that they have there. So yeah. Alright, so at this point they give away another kill streak in the trailer, and it looks like some sort of baton with like bars coming out of it, but this is actually the guided missile that you'll see later on in the trailer as somebody uses it on the sniper, but that's later on in the trailer. So yeah, so afterwards it switches back over to a sort of Arctic area, and then you actually get to see the new ballistic knife that they've added into the game. So pretty much that looks like that'd be very cool to use. So it's kind of confusing how this is going to work, whether or not if it's going to be like a sort of an attachment, well, like rather than knifing the person, you can actually choose to ballistic knife them, or if that's going to be like a second equipment item, kind of like the throwing knife. So it's kind of unclear from this point, but it looks pretty cool that they've actually incorporated something like that. So from this point you kind of begin to see that there's going to be either slightly more destructible environments, definitely not that of Bad Company 2 or Bad Company in general, but rather than more debris going on, kind of add to the chaos of the whole gameplay and multiplayer and stuff. Okay, so yeah, so then you actually start to see that there's going to be a remote controllable car thing or whatever that pretty much explodes on impact, or whether or not if you have to press a separate button to explode it whenever you want. It's kind of unclear from this point, but seems like that'd be very cool to have as a perk. Another thing that you should notice, in the background you'll actually see one of those missiles that a person can control as another perk item. So okay, so the trailer goes on, and then pretty much you see a person, what appears to call in an airstrike, and the fire looks a lot better than the smoke also. And then you see kind of sniping, and then use of the new kind of rocket controlled thing or whatever. So here you see the symbol again as he killed the player, and this was the same symbol from that of the 5 kill streak reward that we had seen earlier. So the very end is, I think, what is going to be probably one of the best features that Black Ops is probably going to have to offer. So they kind of glitch it, but not really to the point in which they don't want the viewers to be able to tell what's going on. So basically there's a video editor, so hopefully this is going to be similar to that of Uncharted 2, which had a very good video multiplayer recorder and editor. So this should be really useful for people who start making machinimas, and it looks like that's just in general just a really cool feature to have for the multiplayer. So just from looking at it, you'll see like controls at the bottom, and it appears that they're giving you a free camera, so it's not just going to be first person or third person, it's going to be a free camera, it appears. And also managing segments. So in the end you see him save it, and you'll actually see that there's a whole nother section that says films, and in this, you'll see that there's actually an upload clip. So hopefully you'll be able to share your clips online, and that actually looks like a really cool feature. And thank you for watching. This is Nathan on behalf of UFIL Games, and rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.